Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to start with structure of oxoacids of sulfur. Some important structure is given for some compounds of oxoacids of sulfur. First one, sulfurous acid, that is H2SO3. With the sulfur, one double bond oxygen is there and 2 OH group. Sulfuric acid means it is similar to H2SO3. One oxygen is additionally added as a double bond. See here also it contains one sulfur and one double bond O and 2 OH group. Additionally, one double bond O oxygen is there, that is sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Next compound, we can see this compound later. This compound, that is Carros acid, it is similar to sulfuric acid because sulfuric acid means H2SO4, Carros acid means H2SO5. So, like sulfuric acid, here also 2 double bond oxygen and 2 OH group is there. Additionally, one oxygen is attached between sulfur and OH, means that is called as Carros acid, H2SO5. Next compound, thiosulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid means H2SO4. Thio means sulfur. Thiosulfuric acid means one sulfur is replaced by one sulfur. One oxygen is replaced by sulfur. Totally how many oxygen is there? 4 oxygen. One oxygen is replaced by sulfur, that is thio group, means that is called as H2S2O3. So, next compound is thiosulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid means already you know, that is H2SO4. Thio means sulfur. In sulfuric acid, one oxygen is replaced by one oxygen is removed, means 3 oxygen. Instead of that, one thio group is added, that is sulfur group is added, means you will get H2S2O3. See the structure like sulfuric acid. Here also 2 OH group is attached with one sulfur, and here also one double bond oxygen is there. Instead of another double bond, here sulfur is added, so that is called as thiosulfuric acid. Next one, dithionous acid. So, thiosulfuric acid means H2S2O3. H2S2O4 means dithionous acid, that is one sulfur is added. Next compound is dithionous acid, that is formula H2S2O4. Thiosulfuric acid means H2S2O3. One oxygen is added, means you will get H2S2O4, that is dithionous acid. Di means 2. Thio means sulfur, so 2 sulfur. Dithionous acid means H2S2O4. See here 2 sulfur is there. Each sulfur is attached with one double bond O and one OH, means you will get H2S2O4. Next one, disulfurous acid or pyrosulfurous acid, that is H2S2O3. H2S2O3. Here also it contains 2 sulfur. Each sulfur, like our previous compound, it is attached with a double bond O and one OH. Additional one oxygen is attached with any one of the sulfur, means that is called as what? Disulfurous acid or pyrosulfurous acid. Next compound, disulfuric acid or pyrosulfuric acid. Formula H2S2O7. Here also 2 sulfur is present. With each sulfur 1 double bond is added like our previous compounds, and 1 OH is also attached like our previous compound. Additionally, in each sulfur 1 double bond is attached. So H2S2O7. So in this compound, in each sulfur 2 double bond oxygen is attached. This is first one, this is the second one. This is the first one, this is the second one. So each sulfur is attached with 2 double bond O, and each sulfur is attached with 1 OH group. Additionally, 1 oxygen is attached between the sulfur, means that is called as disulfuric acid. Next one, Carros acid, that is peroxymonosulfuric acid. Peroxymonosulfuric acid, but already we saw this compound. Next one, peroxydisulfuric acid or Marshall's acid. Formula H2S2O8. H2S2O8, like our previous compound pyrosulfuric acid. Here also see 2 sulfur is there. Each sulfur is attached with 2 double bond O. Each sulfur is attached with 2 double bond O. Each sulfur is attached with 1 OH also. For pyrosulfuric acid, between the sulfur 1 oxygen is attached, but here 2 oxygen is attached, means that is called as peroxodisulfuric acid or Marshall's acid. Next one, dithionic acid, H2S2O6. H2S2O6. Each sulfur 2 double bond O and 1 OH, means that is called as dithionic acids. The last one, polythionic acids. Formula H2SN plus 2O6. Here also in each sulfur 2 oxygen only attached, 2 double bond O only attached, and 1 OH is attached. Between the sulfur is present, means how many number of sulfur? N number of sulfur is present, means that is called as polythionic acids. So with this, structure of oxo acids of sulfur over. Remaining in this lesson 2 parts. One is group 17, another one group 18. In that, first we are going to see group 17 halogen group elements. Group 17 halogen group elements. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, all are called as halogen group. In that group, first we are going to learn about only chlorine. Occurrence of chlorine is given. Halogens are present in combined form as they highly reactive. Halogen is a highly reactive one, so it combined with another element, so only it exists in the combined form. The main source of fluorine is fluorospar or fluorite. Fluorite means what? Mineral forms of calcium fluoride. Fluoride means mineral form of calcium fluoride. The other source of fluorine are cryolite. Cryolite means Na3Al(F6). This is cryolite. Fluoropatite means calcium 5FO12P3, mean that is called as fluoropatite. The main source of chlorine is sodium chloride only. We know the main source of chlorine is sodium chloride, that is obtained from seawater, and bromide and iodide also occur in the seawater. So halogens, generally halogens are highly reactive, so exist in the combined form. The main source of fluorine is fluorospar or fluorite. The other source of fluorines are cryolite, fluoropatite, and the main source of chlorine is sodium chloride. So about fluorine and chlorine occurrence given. Next one, bromide and iodides are also occur in the seawater. Next one, physical properties of the halogen. See this table, physical state, fluorine and chlorine are exist as a gas, and liquid and iodine, that is bromine, exists as a liquid, and iodine and acetine both are exist as a solid. Atomic number is given, already you know. And isotopes of fluorine F19, for chlorine 2 isotopes Cl35 and Cl37, for bromine Br79, for iodine I127, for acetine At210 and 211. And atomic mass is also given, and electronic configuration already you know. The common general electronic configurations for halogen is S2p5, S2p5, Ns2 Np5, 2s2 2p5, 3s2 3p5, 4s2 4p5, 5s2 5p5, 5p5, and 6s2 6p5. On atomic radius is generally increased from top to bottom. Next one, density is also increases, melting point also increases, and boiling point also increases. So atomic radius, density, melting point and boiling point all are increases while you are moving from top to bottom. So these are the physical properties. Next one, properties of chlorine. Chlorine is a highly reactive because it does not occur free in nature. It is usually distributed as a various metal chloride like NaCl, like that. The most important chloride is sodium chloride, which occurs in the seawater. Preparations of chlorine. Chlorine is prepared by action of concentrated sulfuric acid. Chlorine is prepared by action of concentrated sulfuric acid on chlorides in presence of manganese oxide MnO2. Along with the chlorine, MnCl2 and sodium bisulfate also produced. It can also be prepared by oxidizing hydrochloric acid by using various oxidizing agents such as MnO2, manganese dioxide. It can also prepared, so chlorine can also prepared by oxidizing hydrochloric acid. So in HCl, the charge of Cl is -1. In Cl2, the charge of Cl is 0. Charge is increased from -1 to 0. Charge increases means oxidation takes place. So in all these reaction, HCl is oxidized to Cl2. That oxidation takes place in presence of oxidizing agent like manganese dioxide. So here oxidizing agent is PbO2, here MnO2, here potassium permanganate, here potassium dichromate. So along with the Cl2 in this reaction, chloride salt is obtained like PbCl2, MnCl2, potassium chloride, and MnCl2, chromium chloride, like that. When bleaching powder is treated with mineral acid, bleaching powder means calcium oxychloride. When bleaching powder is treated with mineral acid means HCl and sulfuric acid. Chlorine is liberated. So calcium chloride and calcium sulfate is obtained with water. So bleaching powder is reacted with mineral acid means here also chlorine is liberated. So three different methods are given here for preparations of chlorine. In first method, sodium chloride react with MnO2 with sulfuric acid means Cl2 is obtained. Second method, HCl is oxidized to Cl2 by using oxidizing agent, different oxidizing agent like MnO2. Third one, bleaching powder is reacted with a mineral acid means here also chlorine is released. Next topic, manufacture of chlorine. Chlorine is manufactured by electrolytic process or oxidations of HCl by air in Decans process. First one, electrolytic process. When a solutions of brine, that is NaCl solution, is electrolyzed, that means on passing current it is separated into Na plus and Cl minus are formed. Na plus is reacted with OH minus ions of water and form sodium hydroxide. Hydrogen and chlorine are liberated as a gases. See this reaction. First NaCl is splitted into Na plus and Cl minus, and water is splitted into H plus and OH minus. That Na plus take this OH minus means NaOH is formed. So at anode these two reaction takes place, at cathode these two reaction takes place, and anode these two reaction takes place. Usually at anode oxidations only takes place. Oxidation means losing electron. So that Cl minus losing electron and form Cl. That Cl combined together means form Cl2. So chlorine gas is liberated. At cathode usually reduction takes place. Reduction means gaining of electron. So this H plus gaining electron and it will convert it to hydrogen atom. That hydrogen atoms are combined together means here forms H2. From this reaction we can understand chlorine gas is liberated at anode and hydrogen gas is liberated at cathode. That only given here. When a solution of brine solution, that is NaCl solution, is electrolyzed means it produces Na plus and Cl minus. Na plus ion react with OH minus ion of water, forms sodium hydroxide. In this reaction hydrogen gas and chlorine gas are liberated. So this is the electrolytic process. Next one, Decans process. In this process a mixture of air and hydrochloric acid is passed up a chamber containing number of shelves, pumice stones choked in a cuprous chloride are placed. Hot gases at about 723 Kelvin are passed through the jacket that surrounds that chamber. This picture, this is the picture for Decans process. In this process mixture of air and hydrochloric acid, mixture of air and hydrochloric acid is passed up a chamber containing number of shelves, so many shelves are there, pumice stones choked in a cuprous chloride are placed. So this is in the shelves, pumice stones choked in a cuprous chloride are placed. Here it acts as a catalyst. Hot gases at about 723 Kelvin are passed through the jacket that surround a chamber. So in this chamber both hydrochloric acid and oxygen both are liberated means chlorine is liberated, that fluorochlorine is liberated as a Cl2, 2Cl2, remaining 4 hydrogen, take that oxygen means it removed as a water. The chlorine is obtained by this method is dilute because it is mixed with the water and it is employed for the manufacture of bleaching powder. The catalyst reaction is given below, that is Cu2 Cl2 is react with oxygen means first it will convert it into cuprous oxychloride, that is 2Cu2OCl2, Cu2OCl2. That Cu2OCl2 react with HCl, that 2 hydrogen take this oxygen means water is removed, remaining groups combine means you will get CuCl2, that is cupric chloride is obtained. that cupric chloride CuCl2, after liberating chlorine, it will convert it into again cuprous chloride, that is Cu2Cl2. So in Decon's process, both air and hydrochloric acid are reacted in presence of Cu2Cl2. This reaction, this is the main reaction and this is the reactions for catalyst. So in this main reaction, hydrochloric acid react with oxygen, means chlorine is liberated with water, and catalyst is also react with oxygen and converted into cuprous oxychloride. That cuprous oxychloride again react with HCl, means first it will convert it into cupric chloride. That cupric chloride again converted into cuprous chloride. This is the Decon's process. So in manufacture of chlorine, two headings are given. First one electrolytic process, second one Decon's process. Electrolysis of NaCl. NaCl split into Na plus and Cl minus. Water is split into H plus and OH minus. That Na plus take this OH, means NaOH is obtained, remaining in water H plus and in NaCl Cl minus. Cl minus converted into Cl2 at anode, H plus converted into H2 at cathode. This is the electrolytic process. Second one Decon's process. In this chamber, air and hydrochloric acid are passed in a chamber containing number of shelves that contains cuprous chloride, that is pumice stone stoked in a cuprous chloride or placed. Here it acts as a catalyst. Hot gases at about 723 kelvins are passed, means chlorine is produced, chlorine gas is produced. Next one, physical properties. Chlorine is a greenish yellow gas with pungent irritating odor. Chlorine is a greenish yellow color gas with pungent. Pungent means what? In Tamil it is called as மூக்கை துளைக்கும் நெடியுடைய. That is using unpleasant smell. That is called as irritating odor. It produces headache when inhaled even in a small quantity, whereas inhalation of large quantity could be fatal. That means danger. Fatal means here danger. It is 2.5 times heavier than air, and chlorine is soluble in water, and that solution is referred as chlorine water. If chlorine is dissolved in water, means that is called as chlorine water. In deposit, it deposits greenish yellow crystals of chlorine hydrate, that is Cl2.8H2O, and it can be converted into liquid. The boiling point of that liquid is 34.6 degrees Celsius, and yellow crystalline solid, melting point of that solid is 102 degrees Celsius. Boiling point 34.6, melting point 102 degrees Celsius. So chlorine is soluble in water, means it is called as chlorine water. It deposits a greenish yellow crystals, and it can be converted into liquid and solid. For that, melting point and boiling point is given. Next one, chemical properties. Chemical properties of chlorine. Action with metals and non-metals. Chlorine is reacted with both metal and non-metal. Sodium is react with chlorine, means it forms NaCl. Iron is reacted with chlorine, means it forms ferric chloride. Aluminium is reacted with chlorine, means it forms aluminium chloride. Like that, copper react with chlorine, means that is called as cupric chloride. And hydrogen is reacted with chlorine, means it forms hydrogen chloride. So corresponding chlorides are formed when chlorine react with both metal and non-metal. See, some more reactions are given for non-metal. Boron, sulfur, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, all are react with the chlorine, means it forms corresponding chloride. Next one, affinity for hydrogen. Next one, affinity for hydrogen. When burnt with turpentine, chlorine is burnt with turpentine. Chlorine means Cl2 is burnt with turpentine. Turpentine means C10H16. Chlorine burnt with turpentine means it forms carbon and hydrochloric acids. Carbon and hydrochloric acid. So from this part they may ask what happen when Cl2 react with turpentine means you have to write this equation. So chlorine is reacted with turpentine means it forms carbon and hydrochloric acid, and it forms dioxygen when reacting with water. So chlorine is reacting with water means in presence of sunlight. When chlorine in water is exposed to sunlight means it loses its color and smell of the chlorine. It loses its color and smell as the chlorine is converted into hydrochloric acid. Chlorine is converted into hydrochloric acid. So it forms dioxygen when reacting with water in presence of sunlight. When chlorine in water is exposed to sunlight means it loses its color and smell, and then chlorine is converted into hydrochloric acid. Chlorine react with ammonia to give ammonium chloride. Chlorine react with ammonia to give ammonium chloride and the other products as shown below. See these reactions. With excess ammonia, in first reaction ammonia is react with chlorine means it forms nitrogen and hydrochloric acid. That hydrochloric acid is again react with ammonia because here the condition is what? With excess ammonia. So here the product hydrochloric acid again react with ammonia and forms ammonium chloride. If we combine these two reaction means if any one present in both left hand side and right hand side means we can cancel. So for that 6 HCl is cancelled. So remaining 6 NH3 plus 2 NH3 means 8 NH3 is react with 3 Cl2 gives N2 plus 6 ammonium chloride. This is the overall reaction. From this reaction we can understood ammonia with excess ammonia chlorine is reacted means ammonium chloride is formed, along with that N2 gas nitrogen is obtained. Next condition is with excess of ammonia. So here also ammonia is reacted with chlorine only. Here also HCl only liberated with NCl3. That is ammonia means NH3. All the 3 hydrogens are replaced by chlorine means you will get NCl3. Here the condition is chlorine, excess chlorine. So here the product HCl is reacted with ammonia to form ammonium chloride. Here also if you combine these two reaction means these 3 HCl is cancelled. 3 NH3 plus 1 NH3 means you will get 4 NH3 react with 3 Cl2 gives NCl3 and 3 molecules of ammonium chloride. So from this we can understood with excess chlorine ammonia is react with chlorine means it produce NCl3 and ammonium chloride. So here also ammonium chloride only obtained and the byproduct additional product is NCl3, byproduct is NCl3, that is the difference. For with excess ammonia byproduct is N2, with excess chlorine byproduct is NCl3, that is the difference. Chlorine oxidize hydrogen sulfide to sulfur. Chlorine oxidize hydrogen sulfide to sulfur. Potassium bromide, bromide to bromine. Iodide to iodine. 3 reactions are given. Chlorine oxidize hydrogen sulfide to sulfur and liberate bromine and iodine from iodide and bromide. However, it does not oxidize fluorides. It oxidizes other Cl minus, Br minus and I minus. That only given in these three reactions. Hydrogen sulfide, in this H2S, sulfur having charge -2, in this sulfur charge is 0. So, charge is increased from -2 to 0. Charge increase, oxidation takes place. Oxidation means already you know, addition of oxygens or removal of hydrogen. Here hydrogen is removed, so oxidation takes place. See the next reaction, KBr. If it is ionized means K plus and Br minus. So, Br minus means -1 charge. Charge is in this Br2 charge is 0. So, charge is increased -1 to 0. So, oxidation takes place. Here also the oxidizing agent is chlorine only. Like this, iodine also obtained from iodide. Next heading, reaction with alkali. Chlorine react with cold dilute alkali. Alkali means base. Chlorine react with cold dilute alkali to give chloride and hypochlorite, while with hot concentrated alkali chlorides and chlorides are formed. Two conditions are given. Reactions with alkali, chlorine react with alkali at two different manners. First one with cold dilute alkali, another one hot concentrated alkali. These are the reactions for cold dilute alkali. First condition. First, chlorine react with water, Cl2 react with water, HOH. This hydrogen take this Cl means HCl is obtained. Remaining groups are combined means you will get HOCl. That HCl take this NaOH, Na takes Cl means NaCl is obtained, remaining water. And this HOCl is reacted with NaOH means this hydrogen take this OH means it removed as water, remaining groups are combined means you will get NaOCl. So, very simple reaction. First, chlorine react with water means HCl and HOCl is obtained. That HCl and HOCl both are reacted with NaOH. In both reaction water is removed, remaining groups are combined means you will get NaCl and NaOCl. If all these three reactions are combined means you will get this overall reaction. If any compound present both left hand side and right hand side means we can cancel it. So, see here HOCl both are present in left and right, and HCl is also present both left and right. Remaining water is also present both left and right. So, 1 Cl2 and 2 NaOH gives NaOCl and NaCl and 1 molecules of water. So, this is the reactions for cold dilute alkali. Chlorine react with cold dilute alkali, and this is the reactions. These are the reactions for hot concentrated alkali. Our previous reactions, chlorine react with water means it produces HCl and HOCl. That reaction is multiplied by 3. The whole reaction is multiplied by 3, and both HCl and HOCl both are react with NaOH means it produce water, and remaining groups are combined means we will get NaCl and NOCl. That two reactions also multiply by 3. So, if it multiply by 3 means you will get here 3 NaOCl and 3 water, that 3 NaOCl only taken here. From these 2 molecules of NaCl is removed means finally you will get NaClO3. So, all these 4 reactions are combined means finally we will get 3 Cl2 plus 6 NaOH gives chloride NaClO3 plus chloride NaCl, sodium chloride with water. So, two conditions are given, that is reaction with alkali. Chlorine react with alkali at two different manners. One with concentrated dilute alkali condition, another one hot concentrated alkali condition. With cold dilute alkali condition, it produce chlorides and hypochlorites, but for with hot concentrated alkali, it produce chlorate and chloride, sodium chlorate and sodium chloride. This is the difference. Remaining we will continue in our next video. Thank you.